I represent Gulag Gang. This is my friend Forehead. He's also Gulag Gang. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you up close as well. Even though we did some business together in the past, um, but I guess once we're on the table, it's more official.
Right, exactly. I so Turk was telling Forehead that you guys were talking about selling something, lab.
That is correct.
Um, if
I
I'm
I called Turk and I had a very extensive conversation with him um in the previous storm. I don't know what he actually told you in regards to it. Um,
okay,
so technically we've had this since the spring. Since spring came through, we started working towards updating a lab. We succeeded. Um, and we've been utilizing it up until now. Recently, we decided to see how we could utilize it more with other crews. But obviously, as I told the Turk, it's always a double-edged sword. Whenever you approach somebody, either anonymously or whether you present yourself, because people like to extend their arm and they are a little bit greedy more
you
than
give
they
them an
should
inch
sometimes.
and they go a mile, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is correct. So deciding to actually come through with it, it was not a hard choice, but it's difficult to justify who you talk to about it, right? To me, there aren't many crews out there that I would reach out to, Marty. I know Zach, I know Turk, even before he was GG. I fuck with Turk a lot. Um, so for us, there wasn't too much of a okay. Who do we reach out to situation. We have shared it in the past with another crew. It went okay. But yeah, I guess they weren't able to proceed. They weren't able to have people around all the time. They weren't able to always do the cooks and all that heat that the labs have had for a while now. They just, I guess, they didn't want to deal with it. So our relationship there ended, and we parted ways.
Okay. So what made you decide to just outright, get rid of it?
Well, I feel primarily one of the reasons is um, underutilization, and I'm not lying to you because um, we don't really have means to provide to the city as much as we would like to, in the sense of, okay, if you sell to this crew, well, they're going to start questioning and then they're going to start chasing after you, waiting out in bushes and shit like that, which it's a major headache. Primarily. Secondly, well, if you have somebody else who can make more out of it, then we can. We can't really sell it. We can't really sell meth up here. The locals don't really like it. They don't like slinging for us, and yeah, we cannot really. The foreman down at the chop spot doesn't really recognize us at all. So, um, there ain't much you can do with it.
Right.
I mean, I'll be frank. The margin on it is crazy. You make a shit ton of money, right? The thing is, you got to go there and cook, and we also just don't have people that can be around, So it's just more difficult for us, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Like, if we can find someone that wants to buy it and they can actually produce the way a lab should produce, like, we could also be consumers of that stream if they, have excess, etc. Because at the end of the day, it's just we just can't do it enough to really make it even worth it for the entire city. To be completely frank with you, like, there's not endless amounts of labs out there, and a lot of people are still pushing their own table shit. It's kind of, yeah.
It's quite
optimal.
selfish to keep it to ourselves and, suck on our thumb and say, oh, someday we will be able to. Oh, someday we'll be. No. we got to see what's happening around us right now, and we need to understand that it's a whole fucking ecosystem, and we're part of it. So
Right, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. If I may ask, who have you inquired about this? Like, who have you talked to other than us?
this moment, no one else.
No one
Like I
else
said,
knows about this?
Okay.
in the past, we have worked with another crew, but due to similar reasons, yeah.
We also had someone
Uh,
approach us, and we actually denied to them that we had one because we didn't trust them.
Mhm.
Those are the only two crews that have really ever approached us or been involved with us in any way. And like Arturo was saying, it's only one that we actually ended up working with that actually, for sure knew.
Yeah. And how much were you looking for it roughly?
We're looking for about 10 million.
Um, I can meet.
when
Sorry, go ahead.
when we worked it 50-50 with some other crew in the past, we had a security deposit of 5 million, and we split up, and we said, okay, you guys are going to be cooking a U, and we are going to be cooking an A, or vice versa. We shared the maintenance fees on it, and it went great actually. We didn't really have a problem. So that was an option that Turk was also suggesting, if that's something that might interest you more about it. If you're not interested to enter in this in a cooperation, that's totally fine, I guess. Um,
I'll be completely frank. From
yeah.
my side, it's we would also much rather just sell it outright at this point.
Oh, really? You just rather just get rid of it?
Yeah, like I said, it's there's a lot of headaches that come with it. It's a kind of it's a little bit of a strange topic to talk about sometimes, but it's very sought after, and that leads to a lot of various occurrences. I'll put it that way.
Okay. I definitely have to meet with other GG boys, right? And discuss about it. And just to like get a good gauge of how everything will or the talk can go, would you guys only accept cash, or would you take like cars, bikes, anything like that? Or is it just cash you're looking for?
I don't think we've actually considered that. I think personally, obviously we'd like cash more, but I think we're actually extremely flexible. As long as the value proposition is there, essentially.
Okay.
Especially with, cars and their current situation.
Okay. And do you need an answer like immediately, or
No.
can we give
No.
this like a few days? Okay,
No, take
so
your
we're good
time.
on
Take your time, really.
inflexibleness?
Yeah. This is
As I told
it's a big
Turk,
thing.
this is not something that I would personally approach anybody else in the city with right now. So technically, you are the only people at the moment that have this information of us wanting to sell it or share it, or whatever you guys decide you would be cool with. Yeah, we take it from there.
Okay.
I know Fritz says that he doesn't really want to deal much with the headache of having it 50-50. If that's something that you guys end up deciding, I'll just put it out there. What we did with in the past, we had a certain storage locker under me specifically, who doesn't really get into stuff that can get him in trouble. Me in trouble rather. And we shared the key over there, and it just stayed there along with the maintenance fees and the sheet to track it down. And if there was an emergency need to cook more in a different shift, we would call each other and be, hey, I got this planning happening on the next storm. Can I cook a couple of times extra? And we were like, yeah, sure, of course. Because we understand that sometimes, there might be a certain surplus in the need to cook. So
Okay. I'm starting to understand now. I'm definitely gonna need at least a day to talk about this, but I'll try to get back
Mhm.
to you as soon as I can. And I do want to say I really appreciate you guys reaching out to reach out to us. Like, I don't know what to say. Like I guess just thank you.
well, this is primarily from my side is because of Turk. personally. I don't know Fritz's decision making on that and Matthias's decision making, because he's not with us right now, but he's also the three of us are the high command of Mayhem. But like I said earlier, it's not easy to approach people and trust them with something like that.
Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, Turk's high command at GG, so you definitely hit up the right person, and you know, you can trust us to keep this information between us. And even if a deal doesn't go through, I can give you my word that we won't run around screaming like dummies about any information that we talk about.
I'm 100% sure that won't be the case.
Okay, perfect. Could I get both of your numbers, and I'll text you, and then you text me you guys your names.
Bro,
and then,
don't know we cops.
And then I'll contact you guys shortly.
Sure.
I'm joking.
You can pass it to Forehead as well if you like.
Okay. All right, you don't want to say nice meeting them? Anything?
It was a good meeting, guys. I enjoyed your place. Nice and cozy.
All right, he's shy.
Yeah.